Hi everybody! Welcome back to Franken Game Jam. Welcome to Franken Game Jam 2021. To get this out of the way straight away, why am I talking English right now? That's because I've had a bunch of people tell me, well, I don't speak German that well and I want to participate in Franken Game Jam. We don't want to exclude them. And I've yet to hear anyone tell me I don't speak English well enough. So yeah, that's why we're doing the event mainly in English, but German and English, both languages are fine at the locations, obviously. So just talk to your team and see what language you use, just to get that out of the way. Then we are doing a hybrid event this year, which makes me super happy. So we have 6 locations, which where people are right now and jamming from there. But there are also 5 other cities and also the online jam happening at the same time. So if you want to get a hold of that and sort of understand the entire jam, you can join the Discord server via the Franken Game Jam website. And there you can see text channels for each location, but you can also see all of the channels where the people from the online jam are hanging out. And if you are at a location and you still are missing a team member, you can also maybe recruit them from another location or from online to make this a truly hybrid event. I'm looking forward to that a lot. That would be very cool. Okay, so when this video ends, which will be in 10 about minutes, don't worry, not me talking that long, it will mostly be the keynote, but after this video ends, you have 48 hours to develop a game. That means brainstorming, finding a team, and then actually developing a prototype. Don't worry, you won't be able to finish a game unless you're like insanely good at game development. I at least wouldn't be able to finish a game, but that's fine. You can just, make a prototype, maybe even continue making the game after the game jam. That's entirely the intention. Also, try to be supportive of one another and help each other developing games. We have a hashtag for social media, hashtag JamFranken2021 or hashtag JamFranken. Please, if you may, take some photos, tweet your progress, share your progress also on the Discord server so we see what's happening at the locations, what's happening online, and we really get that hybrid event feeling. Right, Franken Game Jam 2021 has some nice sponsors who are supporting us at the offline locations with some of the food, the free food you're getting, and also with the nice merchandise you got there. And then for online, obviously with the marketing and stuff. So I want to thank Zipsoft, Modifiers, Games Bavaria, and Colibri Games for supporting Franken Game Jam this year. Thank you very much. And our 2 diamond sponsors, Zipsoft and Modifiers, have 2 short video message for you.
Teilnehmer. Ich bin die Larissa.
Ich bin der Matthias.
Von Zipsoft und wir wünschen euch ganz viel Spaß und Freude beim Jam.
Und ich als alter Lernbecher wünsche euch ein Franken schönes Wochenende. Habt einen Spaß und macht was Gescheites.
Viel Erfolg!
Thank you very much, Zipsoft and Modifiers. Then I want to thank my team. We are a bit smaller team this year, but still very engaged people. Thank you, Simon, for being the great second in command helper you always are and doing the entire online jam. Simon really carried a lot of Franken Game Jam this year, even doing some social media. Tanya for coordinating the stream with Minx Gaming, who is doing it over on their Twitch channel this year. So if you're watching from there, welcome, and I'm very happy to have you here. I'm very happy to have the stream as well. Then thank you to Linus and Inka for designing the posters and the t-shirts and the stickers, helping out Linus with his sticker sock, obviously, and Inka from Nothorn Studios. And then thanks to all of the locations. So thanks to Zukunft Coburg Digital, Media Lab Ansbach, the Medienwissenschaft in Bayreuth, Lagarde 1 from Bamberg, Einstein 1 from Hof, JMU in Würzburg, so the University in Würzburg, and Haus des Spiels in Nürnberg. Super, super happy that all of you were engaged in, helping me with Franken Game Jam and also providing the locations. I think that's about it. Everything else I have to say is happy jamming. I hope you have a great time. And yeah, join the Discord, tweet, #JamFranken2021. And once the 48 hours is over, I almost forgot this, you hand in your games, okay? itch.io. On itch.io, there will be a link on the website, and you can search for Franken Game Jam on itch, and you can find it there. Hand in your games on itch, and also hand them in via a Google form we will be providing. All of the links, once again, on the website, which will be the central hub. Really, just go to frankengamejam.de. You will find all of the things which are relevant at any point in time right there on the website. So, with all that said, remember to hand in your games after 48 hours, and I'm looking forward to playing all of them, to seeing all of them. Happy jamming, everyone. Take it away, Mo from Mimimi Games, for this year's keynote.
Hey everyone, welcome to Franken Game Jam 2021. My name is Mo. I'm the head of design at Mimimi Games from Munich, where we make games like Shadow Tactics or Desperados 3. And I'm here to announce the topic of this year. And I'm not gonna torture you too long, I'm just gonna say it straight away so you can start thinking while I babble on about things. The topic is growth, like growing. So we've been talking a little bit about ideas, we've been brainstorming about what comes to mind, games that involve growth, that are about growth. And spoiler, basically every game is about growth, I think. But we're gonna give some examples that you maybe need to inspire you and give you fun ideas for the jam. Let's start off with the first one, very simple one. RPGs. RPGs are about growth a lot. You grow stats in those games. You gain new skills. You gain new items, which in turn probably growth stats. And the same old loop where you get stronger as a character or party. So this is a very basic thing, and it's part of most big games nowadays. It works. It's fun. It's something you can jam around. Now let's get into a little more smaller other details or examples of that. We have farming simulators that are actually about physical growth, like where you grow plants, we have Stardew Valley, Animal Crossing, for example. You grow plants in these games, but also relationships. So it doesn't have to be about objects. You can grow as a person, and you can grow as a relationship. And these parts are very much about growth. They grow relationships and crops. We have games that are weirdly specifically about actual growth, like Katamari from back in the day, where you're just, I don't remember it too well, but you're this rolling ball and you roll through the world and everything sticks to you and you get bigger and bigger, and the bigger you are, the more magnetic you get, and so even more stuff sticks to you and it gets ridiculous. Very fun game. And we have something that's very similar but more recent, which is Donut County, the indie game, where you're a whole and things need to fall into you and you keep growing the more stuff you consume as a whole, basically. There are games about growing, a system or sort of a machine like Factorio, where you're building this gigantic machine you're growing in efficiency, you're growing in space, you're growing in what your output is. So you can do that. But there's also the aspect on, like, all of these things have been in the game, right? They're how you grow things in the game. But you're also growing outside of the game. The player grows. And this is why I meant that growth is part of every game in a way. It's at the core of what we do as game designers, and very importantly. And it's about teaching. If you learn something, you grow. And for every game you play, you will need to learn things. You will need to learn how the game works. You will need to learn how the mechanics work, how the systems work. We as designers teach that to the players. So this type of growth is part of every game. And there are games that focus that very much. I think that puzzle games are, for example, a genre that is very much focused on that, because they usually have very clear and simple rules. And they're about the players getting more confident with the rules and being able to solve harder puzzles. Usually. Sometimes they don't even need to introduce new things. They can have a very simple core set and just design the puzzle simply and then make hard puzzles with the same core rules. A game that comes to mind, I think, when you talk about growth in puzzle games, one of my favorite games is The Witness. that's basically about understanding and learning how this island and how these puzzles on this island work. And it's very much about growth. You feel like you're growing as a player constantly while playing that game. But there's also games that are not puzzle games that are about this aspect of growth. Let's take, I cannot do something like this without mentioning Dark Souls or the Souls series, right? I think it's an unwritten law in game design now that whenever you talk about games, at some point you have to say something about Dark Souls or you're not credible or something. So here it is. Players get better in Dark Souls, right? You can defeat the game without leveling up a single time, just by being skilled and being good at the game. The whole get good thing is something that is about growth in a way, you know? You have this in all competitive kinds of games. You have it a lot in multiplayer games, where people are getting better and trying to beat the competition. Or maybe in cooperative games, where players are getting better, so to together beat the competition, which is the game. For example, I don't know, Towerfall is a small indie game that's probably rather quick to make or come up with something like that, that is about growth as a player, as a person in your skills. And then there's game, if you're not into the mechanical side or system side that a lot of these games have been so far, that are about personal growth on a more character level, you know? The story is about growth. A game that comes to mind here is Celeste, for example, where it's about a person climbing that mountain, which is a metaphor for her feelings and inside of her. And it's a very beautiful game, and it's about growth. Let's go with the modifiers. So there's 2 sponsored modifiers I'm going to start up with. I need to read those from the thing because I'm going to do them wrong if I don't. So the first one is from Upyours, and the modifier is change for growth. Make a game where something or someone needs to change to continue growing. It's an interesting one. We have the other sponsored one by Zipsoft, which is infinite. Make a game where something or someone can grow infinitely. It's also pretty cool. The next one is a code, like programming modifier, and it's genetic algorithms. Implement some game based on a genetic algorithm. I was told that in the description there's going to be a link that is in my document to genetic algorithm. I had no clue what that is. Now I know. So if you're like me, you can read that up when clicking the link. Then we have audio modifiers. The one is evolution of music. Implement multiple musical genres into your game that evolved out of each other. And there's a link as well in the description, probably for an overview of how these genres evolved out of each other, so you can see what that is. It's also a very interesting one. We have the visual modifier, which is Overgrown Aesthetic. Make your levels overgrown with plants and other flora. Then we have the game design modifier, Sphere of Influence. Make a game where the player starts out with limited influence over the game's systems or entities, which gradually increases during play. The sphere expanding, I guess. And we have the narrative modifier, Coming of Age. Make a game where the narrative follows a coming of age story. There should also be a link down there talking about what a coming of age story is and how it's constructed, so you can do that. And then there's the other modifier, which is growing up. Make a game about your childhood, which is also pretty cool, I think. Do something a little personal here. Yeah, so that's the modifiers. I hope there were some ideas. I am going to stop talking now because you want to just start jamming and stop listening to me babble. So have a great game jam. I'm looking forward to whatever gets produced here. It's always fun to play and see jam games, and have a great time. Bye.